How compound interest makes you rich over time. Have you ever wondered why some people seem to get wealthier without dramatically increasing their income, while others earn decent salaries and still feel stuck? It's not usually about intelligence. It's not about working 80 hours a week. And it's rarely about a secret investment strategy. More often, it's about whether time is working for you or against you. Let's imagine someone very ordinary. Jake is 28. He lives in Chicago. He earns $72,000 a year. After federal taxes, state taxes, and payroll deductions, he brings home roughly $4,400 a month. His rent is $1,750. Car payment, $420. Insurance and utilities, $350. Groceries, $500. Student loan payment, $300. Credit card minimums, $150. Subscriptions, eating out, random Amazon purchases, maybe $400. By the end of the month, he has around $500 left, sometimes less. Jake doesn't feel irresponsible. He's not reckless. He's just normal. This is what middle-class life in America or Western Europe looks like now. Here's the uncomfortable part. Jake thinks wealth is about earning more. But the real system quietly working in the background isn't income. It's compound interest. Compound interest is simple. You earn returns not only on your original money, but also on the returns that money has already produced. It's growth on growth. Now here's the hidden mistake most people make. Jake decides he'll start investing once he earns 6 figures. For now, he just keeps money in his checking account and occasionally spends the extra $500 on travel, gadgets, or upgrading his car. That doesn't feel dangerous, but let's do very simple math. If Jake invested $500 per month starting at 28 and earned an average 8% annual return, which historically has been realistic for diversified equity markets over long periods, by age 60, he would have around $745,000. Not because he was brilliant, not because he traded daily, but because he allowed time to multiply small amounts consistently. Now imagine he waits 10 years and starts at 38 instead. Same 8% return. By 60, he'd have roughly $305,000. That's a difference of over $400,000. 10 years of delay costs him nearly $500,000. And this is where psychology enters the picture. Human beings are wired for the present. Behavioral economists call it present bias. We value immediate comfort more than future stability. A $500 vacation today feels real. Retirement at 60 feels abstract. Compound interest feels slow in the beginning. The first few years look unimpressive. After 5 years, Jake might have $35,000 or $40,000 invested. That doesn't look life-changing. But somewhere around year 15 or 20, something shifts. The money he invested starts earning more annually than he's contributing. At that point, time becomes the primary engine, not effort. And here's another quiet reality. Compound interest works in reverse too. Credit card debt at 20% interest compounds against you. If Jake carries $8,000 on a card and only pays minimums, he could easily spend $6,000 or more in interest over time. That's negative compounding. The system doesn't care whether it's helping you or hurting you. It just multiplies whatever direction you choose. If this continues unchecked, here's what Jake's future might look like. At 45, he earns more, maybe $110,000, but lifestyle inflation followed him. Bigger apartment, nicer car, private school for kids. His expenses rose with his income. He's earning well, but he doesn't own meaningful assets. He feels behind, not because he failed, but because he misunderstood time. Now let's shift perspective. Financially intelligent people don't think in terms of how much can I afford monthly. They think in terms of what will this cost me in future compounded value. A $500 monthly car upgrade isn't just $500. Invested at 8% over 30 years, that's over $700,000. They aren't depriving themselves. They're reallocating time. They understand that the early years matter disproportionately. The first $100,000 invested is the hardest. After that, compounding accelerates quietly. They automate investments so decisions aren't emotional. They treat investing like a non-negotiable bill, similar to rent, but paid to their future self. There's no drama in this approach, no flashy trades, no crypto excitement, just consistency. And here's something important. Compound interest does not require you to be rich already. It requires you to start before you feel ready. Even $200 per month invested at 25 can outperform $1,000 per month started at 40. That feels unfair. But time is not democratic. It rewards early action disproportionately. For viewers in the US or Europe, access to index funds, retirement accounts, and brokerage platforms is easier than ever. The real barrier isn't availability, it's patience. Because the first decade feels slow. But wealth built through compounding isn't built in one dramatic leap. It's built in thousands of quiet, boring months where you invest before you spend. If you ignore compound interest, life gets more expensive with age. If you use it, life gradually becomes more flexible, not magically, gradually. The difference between financial stress at 55 and financial choice often comes down to decisions made at 25 or 30, decisions that didn't feel urgent at the time. So maybe the better question isn't, how do I get rich quickly? Maybe it's, is time currently compounding for me or against me? That awareness alone changes behavior. If this perspective helped you think a little more clearly about money, consider subscribing.